Welcome back. Rotimi Akindele is in the studio. He's a sportscaster with Beats FM. How many? 3 in 1. I'm trying to remember. Beats?
4 in
Classic.
1, actually.
4 in 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome. Good to have you.
I thought you wanted to mention the names.
No free promo. No commercial break here.
We are colleagues.
Okay, we are, right?
Oh, we are family.
Thank you for coming.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Well done.
Right, okay. Maybe before we move over to just a review of some of the games that went the Nigerian Professional Football League and that also Rivers gets their first away point. I'll just ask you one question about the Tigers. I mean, how confident are you that this game, I mean, you watch all their training, playing against boys and all that and everything. How confident are you that you can actually go far?
I'm not very confident because other teams have been doing pretty well as well. I mean, the other teams now in our group, and then Egypt that had felt, were going to be easy pickings. I've been monitoring them closely, and they have 4 teenagers in their final roster. And those girls are not just teenagers. They know how to play basketball. And I think Egyptians will give us a good run for our money. The other teams, Senegal, have about 8 players that won the last AfroBasket in their final squad. Angola has also named 8 players, that has won, I think, about 2 titles already in their squad. So you look at some of these other teams and you feel there's that experience. They have a very robust squad. As against ours, some of the girls that did it for us or that finished third in 2015, probably just have a handful of them in this new squad. And then the team, maybe they've been together for, let's just say, 4 weeks. So there's a whole lot going into this. But I'm hoping that the team spirit, the confidence, the bond, from what I've seen in camp so far, will help us at least get to the final. I'm not saying we can't win it, but I'm more concerned about picking the World Cup ticket, and we have to get to the final to do that.
Okay, finally coming from basketball is the fact that we'll be having the Conference 6.
It has actually
started yesterday.
Yes, Savannah Conference started yesterday.
Ilorin and Kaduna.
Yeah, Ilorin should be hosting the Atlantic Conference because that should tip off today as well in Ilorin. But Savannah Conference started yesterday. Kano Pillars had a tough one against Gombe Bulls, winning 104-97. Kedar Stars losing to Play 2 Peaks, and then you have the Bauchi Nets, who came in to replace Mark Mentors. The 2 teams from Abuja, Mark Mentors and Defenders, they didn't come in, and according to the rules, they had to be replaced. But from findings, I was told, or I was informed, that Mark Mentors had fund issues. They couldn't prosecute the Conference 6, so that was the reason.
Former champion.
I saw it and I was very shocked. But then again, we just keep an eye on that.
Story.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. Review of NPFL. I saw something. We started with the game between Eimba and ABS. Of course, we talked about the fact that Eimba trying to see if they can get on the continent. Because we know the title, the way Plateau United have decided to just hold on to it and they grab it 6 points clear right now at the top. We have just 4 games to go, and Eimba, thrashing ABS. Yeah. 3-0, expectedly. But then ABS were uncomfortable with this pitch. But I think this pitch is better. If they had played here when the season started, they wouldn't be complaining.
I mean, we've always known the Calabar pitch not to be in a fantastic state. No, maybe back in 2013.
Yeah.
After we moved the Super Eagles or national teams
out of Calabar, they just left the stadium.
A lot of teams have visited Calabar and complained about the state of the pitch. But then again, nothing has been done. It's still been certified by the LMC, to host games and all of that. But this is far better. It's far better than what we had in Jos. I saw the pictures from Plateau United and MFM, and I'm like, okay, wow. I hope something is done before they start to play on the continent.
Wow.
Because CAF won't approve that kind of pitch.
That will be advertising our shame globally, because it's going to be seen.
I mean, you need to see the pictures, right? Especially when it was raining. I'm like, okay.
All right, it seems it looks like Cecilia said, Plateau United now seems to have a stranglehold.
Yeah.
And the nearest person if they're able to win 2 matches, I guess they're home and dry because of goals difference. Though we can say other teams have a mathematical chance. But for the other continental slots, which teams are you fancying? El Kanemi did themselves a whole lot of good yesterday. Beating Ifeanyi. All right, I think we should just listen to the coach of ABS, that's Henry Makewa. He had things to say immediately after that game against Enyimba. We'll come back for more on Sports this morning.
We played against a better side, senior players, well organized. We lost, and they won us. That's it. I parade young boys, you know that, and we cannot play on this kind of pitch, the rain, but that's not an excuse for me. We played against a better side. They showed maturity, they played better, they had better possession, and they scored their goals. So with the fight is on till the last game. That's what I think. We're playing home, we're playing under synthetic. Well, that is, I hope rain will not fall that day, so it's going to be different music entirely.
All right, so I'll just let Rotimi react to that. I like when teams lose and say, look, they were better. Don't complain about. I've heard too much about complaining about referees. It tunes me off.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a good story. But then again, back to the question you asked earlier, Enyimba, can they make it to the continent? It's still pretty tough because you have MFM, who are title contenders, but looks like Plateau United, as you guys mentioned, will probably nick it if they pick two wins out of the remaining 4. There's also El Kanemi Warriors in the mix.
Aqua United,
there's also Aqua United as well in the mix. And is it fortunately or unfortunately now, only 3 teams will play on the continent. Except if you win the Federation Cup, that will make it 4 teams. But based on what we have on the NPFL standings, Plateau United looks assured. Between
2 slots.
Yeah, between MFM,
Aqua United,
Enyimba and El Kanemi. I
so
think
you have to
X-Rays will have to come in
the mix too.
I'm not fancying Ifeanyi really. Yes, they would love to play on the continent. Maybe concentrate on Federation Cup, but their league form have not been encouraging. And then if you pit them, side by side against these other 4 teams I've mentioned, you probably pick one of these 4 teams ahead of an Ifeanyi side. So I'm looking at all of that, and I think between MFM, El Kanemi, Enyimba, and of course Aqua United, we should be able to have 2 teams that will join Plateau United on the continent.
Okay, Nasarawa United 6th position there right now. They were able to beat Lobby Stars by a lone goal. But that victory was something that the coach really cherished because, when you play against a side like Lobby Stars who can also win away from home, I think that's the only goal there that was scored. And the celebration was at C4K.
It meant the world to them.
They knew that it was a very hard and difficult game. Nasarawa United, so they don't have a chance of also getting it because you had to. So you're looking at just the top 5 right now.
I'm looking at I'm looking at the top 5, and I think it's going to be between, except something
spectacular.
Will it be spectacular if something terrible happens to one of
games? Yeah, it could happen in 4 games and happen to 3 teams at the same time. We've seen it before.
So, that's what I wanted to say. Except something that weird happens.
And it has to be weird because
so
it can be spectacular.
No, that can't be spectacular. It should be weird for
3 teams above you,
to just start losing points. No.
Okay. No. All right. Let's listen to the coach now. After the game.
Playing against Lobby Stars, either home or away, it's not an easy match. It's just like playing against Plateau United. Today, they have all the chances to get the 3 points, but they didn't take their chances, and that's what the advantage we use later. And thank God we were able to secure the 3 points in the last minute. As far as I'm concerned, it's a victory. Anyhow we got it, it's a victory. But I know it's a tough game. FA Cup is a different ball game, and we have to prepare very well for that. Because it's not, remember, the last time we played against MFM, they lost 4-0. So people should not expect much goals this time around, but what matters in the FA Cup is victory.
Okay, it's not easy. He talked about the Federation Cup quickly. What they got against MFM was good. But then sometimes you don't expect more goals. And tomorrow we're going to be having round of 64. Interestingly, it's going to be, you go in no away, no playing away.
There has to be a winner.
There has to be a winner going to penalty straight and get the winner and get it done.
Have they changed it again?
Yeah.
It has to be a winner.
Oh, okay. The last mean, the AITEO Cup.
Yes,
that's the new name.
Some of the fixtures, the ones, especially the ones involving. Well, Cecilia wanted us to talk about this one. Heartland take on Insurance tomorrow. Of course, that's going to be at Danahan Stadium. Most of these matches will be 4 p.m. unless otherwise stated. And you also have Lobby Stars taking on Casina United. You have Mighty Jets taking on Sunshine. A lot of interesting fixtures.
Yeah. Well, I think Caterpillars will be thinking that okay, we should have played ours and then get it done. But then again, they have to play the Chan Eagles in a friendly tomorrow. So their game against Yobe Desa starts have been pushed forward.
Yeah.
You also have Nasarawa MFM. That should be another interesting one.
Teams in the top flight.
Yeah, there's Bayelsa United, Zamfara, Rivers United, and FC. I think that would be very, very tough. I don't think Rivers United will have it, easy. Against. They call him Jay Atete.
Yama Light
should have a good one.
An experienced team when it comes to the Federation Cup.
Yeah, I mean, you know my fear. This home advantage thing works in Nigeria. That's the truth. So I think there's going to be a lot of upsets based on what we've seen, based on all these fixtures.